What's up guys, it's Dr. GTA coming to you with another GTA 5 DLC update video for Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2. So hit like and subscribe because we're about to get in breaking down the vehicles and all this. Here's the prices. The Coil Brawler $715,000, the Vappuccino's $225,000, the Inverto Coquette Blackfin, which is the 1955 Chevy that I'm definitely buying and going to be showing you in this video mostly, is $695,000. The Progen T20, which is actually faster than the Zentorno and all that other. Click the link right here to see that comparison to see the proof. And then the Dinka Vindicator, which is $630,000, has been released. Yeah, these vehicles are really awesome. I'm super psyched to show you these today. I'm going to be buying the T20, so you can see that in another video right here. Here, that's the new Boat Toro, $171,750,000 for that. But although the most expensive are the classic Inverto Coquette and the T20. Now we're going to go ahead and break down everything. We're going to basically do all the upgrades for the performance that we can, max out the brakes. I was going to go with these bumpers, but I decided not to go with the bumpers because they really aren't that nice. I basically try to make this car as realistic as possible to the 1953 version because that's the one that actually looks the best to my knowledge. So basically there's a custom parts. There's these custom parts right here. You can see they kind of add to the bottom. I was trying to look at it to see if the contour matched with the vehicle because sometimes when you get the bumpers added, they don't make it flush with the bottom lips of the side of the cars, like the bumpers and then the side skirts, so it looks really funny hanging over. So I just didn't really use those, and these don't look that bad because they actually blend with the car, but I think it's better without them because it matches the natural contour of the 53, which originally there was only 300 made, and they really had a really bad problem with it because it wasn't even considered a sports car then, if you didn't know that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can do the roll cage chassis upgrades as well with this. I didn't do that. All I did was upgrade the engine. The exhaust, I went through a lot of hassle. Here's the side skirt exhaust. They added again to this, and they added some other aftermarket stuff, but I wanted to keep it original to match the C1 1953 style, keep it vintage, keep it going. Then they also have these dual shotguns, which I was going to use in the straight exhaust. I didn't really like any of that. I just went back with the stock exhaust to keep it legit to the original. Sadly, they don't have the exhaust to go through the protrude through the bumper like you would see, but they really don't have those. So that would be cool to have those, but they didn't. But whatever, I kept the stock exhaust, and I went on to do the other upgrades, which I ended up doing a lot of looking at the stuff. And then the hood was really one of those things that I really had to look around to see if I was going to change the hood or not, because it did really look good how it was. But then there's also the Ram Air hood, there's the performance hood that's kind of round like this, and then there's the carbon Ram hood, and then the vented hood, which is very unusual. You'll see in a second. It looks, I've never seen anything like that on a vehicle, so I'm not sure what they were doing, but the stock hood was what I went with because the performance hood was too bendable, and I looked at the 1953 and it didn't have that, you know, molded arch in there. It wasn't a big block Chevy at that time. It was only a V6 that was 256 cubic inches and only had 145 horsepower. So yeah, they didn't really have a sports car thing going. It was more for luxury, but it did last, and the reliability of the car was really great at that time. I think they only sold 300 and they only have 225 of those left in the world. I also went and changed, I kept the lights stock because it's original yellow. I also changed the license plate to match the original California classic blue license plate. Everybody that has a classic car in California, you know this, you have this colored plate on your car. Then I went over to continue speculating what I was going to do, because I was thinking about going with a 1956 white and black two-tone version of this car, but I realized it didn't really match up with the 56 body style. So I was like, maybe I should do black and all black, maybe I should do all red. And then I realized, you know what, this is actually a 53 base car. This is the Blackfin. This is the, I don't know why they called it Blackfin, but I guess it's a code name or something, because it really did not sell that good, and it was just a car that for those next 3 years before the 56 and the 55, it really did not have that big block V8, so they really couldn't go with it. So I ended up going with the 55 style color, and I ended up adding all these lips to it. You can see there's different lips you can go through the bumpers. You can also take off the top, as you can see. I really like the topless version because the top didn't really match the contour. It could look too much like a mix of a 58 or a 59, maybe even a C2 style hood with a 50 C1 body. So I was really just like, I don't really want to go with that. But then I looked at the lips and I decided, you know what, you don't really need lips on these cars because that doesn't match it at all. They didn't even know what a spoiler was back then. They had rake fins. They had, you know, fish fins. You know, so I mean, that's really something that they really didn't have. The suspension, I went lower to, even though you probably want to keep it stock height to original, like to the original, because the original would have that raised up. I didn't do a turbo because it didn't have turbo on it. And I went through the wheels. There was a lot of things I was looking through with the wheels. I went with bulletproof wheels and I went with white walls, but for the first part of this, it had dubs on it when you get the car. So it was kind of like dubs on a car like this. It really ruins the whole. It depreciates the whole quality of it. It's already sweet and short. It's nice. You don't need to change it. So I don't know why it came stock with these. Sadly, they didn't come with the stock original rim for the vehicle, but I noticed that there's a lot of 55s on Google that had rims like the spokes, and they had them like this. So I ended up going with this lead sled rim. It was probably my favorite that actually matched the original Chevy style special hubcap. And then they also had those hubcaps that you just saw, the classic rod hubcaps. And they only came with 2 variants of those. I'm not sure why, but I guess one was a more upgraded, because I think the 53 had a custom radio that adds into it, and it also had a custom heater that you can add a heater for the car if you want it to get hot. Yeah, so I'm not sure if it actually had custom AC or if it just was a heater. But yeah, I ended up going with this black and white on this one. I'm not sure if that was actually the best thing to go with. And then I realized, you know what, this car is not even what you would really see here. So I ended up changing everything about the car at this point and putting on the hubcaps. I ended up putting it all completely white, and I ended up putting white walls on it and keeping it original and changing the stock exhaust back because it just looked so like the 53. I mean, you guys can tell right here, this looks amazing. And here's how the car sounds. That sounds so good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Thanks for watching this video if you liked it. Hopefully you go buy the 53 Blackfin, whatever you want to call it. It's my favorite car in the game right now. And yeah, here's my garage now with all of the C-Series Corvettes, Coquettes, whatever you want to call them. I love the Coquette series. Hopefully Rockstar adds another one. I'm hoping they add the C5 next. I hope they go through every single one, you know, because they're just amazing cars. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. The next video, which is up right here, you can click the link. It is the one comparing the Zentorno and the Adder and the Osiris against the new DLC vehicle, the T20, and you'll be surprised because it actually, I think it beats it, but we'll find out.